I've got a cunning plan, and I may just be a little excited about it. I think we should get into it, don't you?
Never gonna stop now, baby.
Okay, let's do the business side of things first. I have decided to reinstate Super Thanks. Now, the reason why I did that was, if you're watching my content, then the ability to donate is just right there. But, I figured, why not? Now, with what I'm saying now, full disclosure, you are not obligated to participate in any of what I'm about to say. If you would like to support me in my journey towards better health, and if you would like to donate to me, I have the Super Thanks, which is right there for you. I also have Buy Me a Coffee, and I also have a PayPal account for Carnivore Odyssey, should you wish to donate through there. AdSense have very high fees, but, Buy Me a Coffee has less, and PayPal has even less again. So I like to be able to, because we're all adults, we can all make our own decisions, right? So my gift to you, as it were, is to offer you as many choices as I can in order to support me. If you want to, like I said, no obligation whatsoever. Okay? Remember that. The other thing is, if you want to be a part of this journey and see what I go through, then please consider subscribing to my channel. There is a little watermark here. It's always there. Click on that and you should be able to subscribe, or you can go below my video right here and subscribe. If you want to be notified of all the videos I do and all the community posts that I do, then maybe click on your notification bell and click on all. You can decide what you want to be notified about. Entirely up to you. Likes help. So do dislikes. But anyway, likes help as well. I would love to see people like my videos if they do like them. And comments. I love comments. So bring it. Let's have all the comments. So now that we've got the business side of things, you probably want to know what I've got planned, huh? Well, we'll get into that now. So on Monday, I posted some photographs of me when I started Tony Ferguson and when I finished it. And it sort of got me thinking, because I've got on my Facebook page two hidden albums. Put it there. Dedicated to the journey that I did when I was on Tony Ferguson. And like I said in previous videos, I did take photographs. Sometimes they were just front photographs, and sometimes they were front and side. And sometimes I did comparisons and all of that jazz. And I'll give you an example of what we're faced here with. Look at all of those. And that's just a small portion of them. In addition to those photographs, I wrote a blog, not a vlog, a blog. And could I sit here and read through each and every one of them meticulously? Sure, I could do that. But it occurred to me, and it was just from showing you those two photographs on Monday, I'd rather share that journey with you guys. I would rather do these episodes, the Odyssey Chronicles, And I would rather post up the photographs, give you the dates, and read you the vlogs. Because to me, we might find something out there. Because there's going to be some similarities in how I approached the Tony Ferguson diet. There's going to be some similarities. That much I do remember. But I do know that there are going to be parts of that mindset that's going to be very, very, very different. And there's going to be context of information that you guys are not going to get. And it's going to trigger a memory that I'll be able to explain that to you. We can discuss the mindset at the time, what I was thinking. And I just think that it may be helpful to me, because you know how I feel about me some exposure therapy. I like to have it right in front of my face so that I can face it head on. But who knows? Some of you might have some similar thoughts, similar feelings about where you're at now. There could be some key information in all of that. So, I mean, you take the Tony Ferguson diet and you take the carnivore diet, you put the two together. I mean, you could find anything in there. I mean, like I said, I have read a little bit of it, but I'm like, oh, I need to stop. I'd rather share this with you guys because I've got nothing to hide. I really don't. And I just think it would be interesting, like an experiment. I mean, who doesn't like a real good old-fashioned experiment? I might find something out, and at least the dates are going to be accurate, because the first thing I noticed was that the photograph that I put up of me when I started, the year was just a little bit off, and the date that I finished, the year was a little bit off. But I posted those things like every week on Facebook, every week. I've even got a picture there of my card that I used when I used to go and weigh in and measure every week. And yeah, I want to share that with you guys. It would be almost criminal. It would be criminal, because my journey, as I've said many times, is very emotional and very mental. But there were aspects of that was also mental. And when we take into consideration the result of when I looked in the mirror and went, oh my God, who is that? And heads in the opposite direction. It might be a really good idea to see if there was something specific in all of those blogs that led up to that. Just don't know, but it's all there in Facebook, hidden. And the funny thing is, Facebook memories come up for you every day, right? And there was a point in time prior to starting carnivore where even your hidden albums will show your memories. And I used to look at those photographs and what I achieved on Tony Ferguson, and I used to go, oh my God, I wasted so much money. I let myself down. I let everybody down. Oh my gosh. The guilt was real. It was real. But very soon after I started carnivore, it occurred to me, no, you know what? Okay, sure, it may have cost a bit because it's shakes and bars and stuff like that. I mean, it worked. I'm not going to lie to you, it worked. But the support you got mentally was on the forums, and when you got a whole bunch of women in one place, can often not end well, I'm just saying. And the Tony Ferguson forums back in those days, very catty. I'm like, it got a bit much. So there's a toxic community. Every community you go to, you can't help it. You can't avoid it. The only thing you can control is whether you distance yourself from it or not. Oof. So, yeah, I mean, who knows what we'll find out when we dive into that lot. I mean, and my husband remembers what I was like at that time as well. And I've got other photographs that aren't necessarily in that album as well of around that time. And I really, really, really want to share that lot with you. It makes sense to me that I would share it with you. So that's what I'm going to do starting next week. Okay? So I hope that you're going to enjoy that. The midweek videos are going to be dedicated to getting to the bottom of what happened when I was on Tony Ferguson and see what the mindset was like and see how I approached things. Were there similarities? Were there not? What were the things that were similar? What were the things that weren't? And, I would love to be able to see the comments section based on that, to see, well, because, somebody else is going to see something that I won't, for example. That's often the case with life in general. So, yeah, it's not a case of me feeling shame about wasting all that money. It was the thing that led me to low carb, which led me to ketogenic, which led me to carnivore. So it played its role in my educational journey. It was the first time that I experienced, oh, carbohydrates do that? Oh, I thought it was just all calories in, calories out. Bow, bow. So it played its part. It played its role. It taught me how to read the labels. It taught me how to measure out the grams, grams per 100 grams and 100 mils of carbohydrates and stuff like that. It taught me macros. So, yeah, it had its place. So I don't feel shame about it anymore. Plus, it's a plus. We'll put that in the plus column. Now, before I go, there is something that I want to discuss with you, and it was a comment. Give me a moment. It was a comment that was put up by JC Hathey in my last 21-week video, and I really, it just made so much sense to me. I wanted to share that with you guys, just in case you haven't seen it. If you haven't, it's pinned on the 21-week weigh-in video. Okay, so this is what JC said. I'll move over to the side so we can have a look at it over there. Hi, Mywin. You spoke about some aches, pains, symptoms disappearing, whilst others arise, and I thought I would forward you some information that was published in the American edition of the Chronic Disease in 1845. I hope, is that correct? 1845? It would make sense that it would be that early, 1845. They were a lot more educated then. By Dr. C. Herring. Described his clinical observations of how the body heals and in which order. He called it law of order. He states that the body heals as follows. 1. From above, downwards, brain first, I assume. 2. From within, outwards, I assume from within outwards. Number 3, from center to periphery, I assume lungs before skin, for example. 4, from more important to less important organs. 5, in the chronologically reverse order of disease development. For me, these directions or laws seem to make sense because within days on carnivore, my brain fog started to lift. And that seems to be the first thing that lifts on just about everybody. Yeah. Then over time, the lump at the side of my thyroid started to reduce. My lungs stopped wheezing and my heartbeat and blood pressure regulated. Then my HbA1c came down to normal and I finally started losing weight after over a year. I put this down to my body needing to heal first before it could begin releasing the weight. Just my 2 pennies, but worth reflecting on, in my opinion. I mean, not wrong. Because there have been many people who have commented and said, oh, I started this 6 months ago and I haven't lost a darn thing. Well, we kind of have an idea what it is. A healing diet. It's an elimination diet, but it heals. It heals. And when you think of what the body's got to do, dang, what can you say? But then she continued, why, thank you, Myron. Only happy to help. In terms of our emotional well-being, classical kinesiology teaches that unwanted emotions and memories throughout our entire lives are stuffed down into the various layers of our energetic bodies. Example, chakras, subtle bodies, the auric field, and so on. And yeah. I mean, you look at all the weight that I carry around my belly area. Think about it. It's all in the gut, and it's the gut that's off. It's like, yeah, just think about it. Whether people believe this or not, a carnivore diet that eliminates all the foods that we have all used to use to keep those feelings buried can also cause a huge range of unexpected memories and unwanted emotions to suddenly pop to the surface, especially if weight loss is involved. Think about it. That's why I feel it's so important to be mentally and emotionally prepared for this intermittent unraveling to occur, so as not to be taken by surprise. As you mentioned yourself, Mywin, this process is a vital part of the healing journey. And then she said, blessings to you, lovely girl. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. That, honestly, I've now got the images on my phone. That just makes so much sense to me and resonated with me in a very big way. Very, very big way. I want to thank you for that comment, JC. It's going to stay with me. It has stayed with me. I read that comment. I just went, what? Well, duh, yeah, of course. And then it's stuck. It's right in here. To think that, as you peel back the layers of weight, as it and the body heals, it would make sense that it's lifting all these different curtains of stuff, and the curtains being the food that we've used to bury it all. So we start losing weight and we start healing our bodies, and up come all these curtains, all these layers. And what is there is like, oh, not sure if I wanted to remember that or not, but oh, here it is. Yeah. I've been saying for a long time that one of the reasons that the first thing everybody experiences on this lifestyle is that the mental health gets better and the fog lifts. You get some clarity. I really, really believe that that happens for a very specific reason, because you've got to have some clarity as those layers get peeled back. As you start to peer behind the curtains, you've got to have some clarity for that. And the body's clever. Gives you what you need first. And we all need that, because we've been so bogged down by all the rubbish that we've been eating. And the inundating adverts. Please see Old Guy Carnivore's video for that one. Oh my gosh, he is so right. I mean, how do you navigate that? Dang. It's all the time. It is all the time. And it's so hard when you've got people out there just pushing this stuff, and you take it and there goes another layer, burying it all again. Bury it, bury it. And honestly, this journey, it's not just about the weight loss. It really isn't. It's about the healing that the body has to do. And the healing encompasses up here and in the heart. And I don't mean heart disease. I mean how you feel. It It encompasses and affects everything. It is a big deal. The carnivore lifestyle is a very big deal, and it's a game changer. It is a game changer, folks. Let's be honest, shall we? So, yeah, that's my news for this week. Next week, we will begin the Odyssey Chronicles, and we're going to dive right into the very first diet that I went on that introduced me to low carbohydrates. And we're going to find out what the heck went on there. And we're going to do it together. You and me. We are going to do that together because I think it's important. And I want to do that for you. And I want to share that journey with you. It just makes complete sense to do so. So in the meantime, I would like you to be kind to all of those that are around you. Protect your peace. Don't take any crap. Yeah? And be kind to yourself. I'll see you Monday for another weigh-in. Have a fantastic weekend when it arrives, folks. I love you guys so much. Until Monday.